Hi, I'm Dr. James Dottin, Professor of Business at Middlesex Community College in Lowell, Massachusetts. Today we will have some outstanding marketing students presenting their term-long project that will focus on all aspects of marketing from product conception until rollout. Please enjoy with me these student presentations that will be of utmost interest to the future of our economy. Thank you again.
Okay, so we are the Tiger Group. I'm Gianna.
I'm Courtney.
I'm Alex.
I'm John.
Okay, and our product is Collar.
So we're going to start off by handing out the brochure that goes with our presentation.
And I'm going to get started on this. All right, so a couple of things we're going to cover in this presentation is product conception, marketing strategies for the U.S. and Morocco, our strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats, as well as the marketing mix for U.S. and Morocco. So what is Collar? Collar is a safe, pet-friendly and human-friendly collar device that allows the owner to set up personalized messages to be sent out at whatever time based on different circumstances. So time-sensitive, weather-sensitive, and distance-sensitive circumstances. For an example, weather. So if you want your pet your dog or cat, to come home if they're an outdoor animal when it's snowing. If you don't want them out in the snow, you can set that up on the collar and record a personalized message for that situation where the collar will sense the weather and then relay the message. Same goes for time, so depending on what time you want them to come home, or if you just want to notify them at a certain time for whatever reason, you set up the personal message, and then at that time the collar will let them know. And again, for distance. So not only does it have the regular GPS tracking device, so you know where your pet is at all times, you can also set it up so that your pet can only go so far before it's notified. So it has a 2-mile range, so if you want your dog, let's say, or your cat to not go more than a mile away from home, you would just set it up so it would let them know when they're a mile away from home. It will just play the message that you've recorded. And of course the product is weather resistant, so you don't have to worry about anything being damaged in the snow or the rain, whatever. Okay, I'm going to pass over to Alex.
Okay, so this is our marketing strategy, which is going to be comprised of competitive forces, our economic forces, political forces, legal and regulatory, technological and socio-cultural. And we're going to go on about that in further slides. Our competition are mainly Garmin, Sports Dog, and PetSafe. What separates us is that our collar has a longer distance range to track your dog, and it has personalized voice messages, and is also weather sensitive and time sensitive. So we're going to give this one to John.
For economic forces for the U.S., pet supplies take up 30% of the market for pets, with the collar plan taking up 25% with pet supplies. Pretty much it. There's really no political forces for GPS dog collars. Legal and regulatory for the U.S., the APPA is the labeling requirements. The claims must be truthful. Technological, we have U.S. In the U.S., it's GPS, we have internet, and research. Sociocultural, 36% of American households own a pet. In 2011, 6 out of 10 pet owners, or 63.2%, considered their pets to be family members. Competitive market. That, Courtney.
I'm gonna start off with the competitive forces in Morocco. First off, Jesse's is our largest competitor with a little bit over 50% of the market of Morocco. Due to this is because of their long-standing time in the market, and also because they're available in hypermarkets, supermarkets, and mostly all pet stores. This is something that Collar is really going to have to overcome because Morocco has a brand loyalty to Jesse's. Next is the economic forces in Morocco. In the rural areas, if you look at the income in dollars, it's around $472 compared to urban, which is around $738. So our product Collar is going to target those urban areas due to these statistics. At this time, there are no political forces for our product, but through constant changes in regulation and laws, we did note that Collar may expect some of these in the future. In regards to legal and regulatory forces, the IMEC is the Moroccan Institute for Packaging and Conditioning. They are the ones that establish the labeling laws for our products. The first thing that they deduced is that language on the product would need to either be in Arabic or French, because these are the top two languages spoken in Morocco. Also, Morocco, compared to the US, uses the metric system instead of the English system. So instead of using inches and feet, they use meters, centimeters, and also kilograms and grams for size and weight. So on our product, we would need to use these measurements instead of what we would use in America. For technological, our product is going to use GPS in it. So Morocco is using GPS of right now. They're not using it as much as the United States. They also have internet, around 3,400,000 internet subscribers in Morocco. Not as much as the United States, but they still use the internet over there. And lastly is the socio-cultural forces for Morocco. Fortunately, 21% of households in Morocco do have pets, which are domesticated. Specifically, we focused on the dog. So 21% of households have their own domesticated dogs, which they do feel are part of their family. John?
Alright, this is our SWOT analysis for the Collar. Our strengths is that our product's innovative, safe, easy, and accessible. Our weaknesses are the price and the market share. Opportunities, it's a growing market, location, cultural. Our threats would be competition and location once again. Our marketing mix for both domestic and international. Our target market would be middle to upper class and family oriented. Our product as a Collar would be entering a large market in the US, but has potential for a lot of growth in both US and Morocco. For the price of the Collar will be priced at a median of other products in its genre. Promotion, Collar can sell on its idea of safety and family. For distribution, it will be manufactured in the US and distributed to pet chain supplies in the US and Morocco. And our references.
Does anybody have any questions for us?
Well, I'll start off.
I have a two-part question.
Yeah. Yes, we have some question. You said a couple of things. 36% of our American household have pets.
Mm-hmm.
I think that was the statistics. And how much is that in terms of an aggregate number? Do you know?
Where we get that from?
No,
Where we get-
how much, what does that turn out to? You know?
Is that a million pet? Is that a million households? Is that?
I think it was millions.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was in the millions in regards to like an exact number. We just by percentage wise, I know that it was at least
How many
30.
Americans own pets?
Yeah,
It's more Americans own dogs in America than there are people in
yeah.
the Great Britain. There are more
So,
pet dogs.
if that helps you, in Great Britain, the population of Great Britain compared to the amount of pets in America, there are actually more pets in America than there are people in Great Britain.
So there's
Just
a lot
as
of
a
dogs
difference.
here. That's
Okay.
pets.
So doesn't it equate to a number? That's what I think.
Yeah, we're not sure.
What do you
percentage.
Well,
gonna do
but
with that
no,
number?
no,
What do you
the
need
other,
number
the
for?
other group had a number, but anyway,
Refer to
the
that
other
slide.
question I have is, deals with Morocco. You said 3.4 million users of the internet, correct?
Mhm.
That's, yes. So what's the population of Morocco?
Is it less than that?
Gonna have to reference the paper.
Yeah.
Huh?
Gonna
Okay,
have
do you know the population
No.
size?
We don't know the exact population off the top of our head, honestly.
Oh, okay. All right, I'll ask some more questions later. Questions?
What's the price?
John, I think it was, we're gonna do around between, because the regular, collar with the tracking device is about, in between 200 to 400 for the regular one, so we're gonna aim at around 300, just to get a medium, because ours would be relatively cheaper since normal collars with, like two-way communication, use like a walkie-talkie. Ours is gonna be a little bit cheaper since we're only using a voiceover. It's not gonna be, it's not two-way communication, we just need one, operation for recording the device.
So how are you gonna guarantee that your dog or your
Yeah.
cat is gonna actually listen to you?
Well, it's not, it's just, it's more so just, instead of using like a shock or like the high-pitched noise that's harmful to like pets or like maybe uncomfortable, it's just supposed to be familiar and friendly so that hopefully you can build up more communication with your pet by using.
If you have a
Something-
disobedient dog, it's not gonna work for you. If you have a dog that responds to your voice when you ask them to in your real life, then the goal is for them to also react the same way. when they
I
hear
wouldn't
from
let my
the
dog out without a leash anyways.
Yeah.
Well, this is,
Except for in
it's
my
mainly for
backyard.
outdoor animals, so
So more
instead
for a
of,
cat than.
yeah,
or
cat or
I mean,
outdoor
how
dog.
long
hunting or
is
farming
dogs?
dogs also,
Yeah.
come in handy for them. That's what most of the GPS dog collars are for.
If you have a bigger species of dog, honestly, most people do keep them outside even during the winter. Small dogs, obviously, maybe during the summer and spring months are when you would probably want to use the product more. With cats, you have domesticated cats and then you have cats that are both inside and outdoor cats, so probably more towards them also, the outdoor cats.
What do you do if the GPS doesn't work anymore?
If it breaks,
Yeah,
then if
Then
your
you get-
iPod breaks, you buy a new one.
yeah, but I mean, like,
Well, you would,
how do you
yeah,
like, what if you lose your
$300.
dog at that point?
you would
Lose
do
lost
it, you
your
would
dog, you
contact
lose lost
the
your dog.
company,
Well,
and then you'd get a refund.
What about your dog though? Your
If
dog-
it's, if it's a, like a malfunction of the device, like it's not your fault, if you don't crack it, then
Yeah, I'm
you would
just
bring it
saying,
back, yeah.
if it just all of a sudden just stopped working, your dog is lost. You just lost your dog and you have
So
lost.
Oh, well,
here's-
no, it'd be like just using, it would just be like an outdoor dog not having the collar on, which is
Yeah.
that's what we're upgrading
Your
them
dog would
from,
be
not
outside
having.
anyways, because you'd be, like I said earlier, it'd be a larger species of dog, so you keep your dog outside. If you had a German Shepherd, usually you would keep the dog outside rather than keeping it inside. So the collar just allows you to know where the dog is. It doesn't, like, if it breaks.
You're saying your team, the Tiger team,
yes.
you're not liable for the dog.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
No, cause we're aiming at people that have outdoor animals, so if your
Right,
dog is
but your
out with a cat-
liability is only in the function of the
Yeah, the
product,
function,
not
because if your
the
dog or cat was already an outdoor animal, we're just trying to help you now know where your dog or your cat is while they're outside, to give you some ease, you know what I mean?
What
It's
if-
not,
Like,
we're
what
not
if your
doing-
dog's vaccine doesn't work?
Are you gonna blame the vet?
Sometimes bad things happen, but it's a rarity.
So, well, it's a possible liability issue that I know Doggy and Catty Company will look into with their legal department.
Just as much as they will with their other GPS collars,
Mm-hmm.
which are on the market, so I don't see any problem with our product being on the market and dominating.
Anybody else have any questions? Stacy?
How do you guarantee that the dog's gonna be able to hear the voice?
Dogs react to their owner's voice. voice.
Well, like if they're outside and there's like a big commotion.
They have more
What-
sensitive hearing.
Yeah,
than
dogs
you.
have a lot more sensitive hearing than humans do, so even low pitched sounds. I know I have a dog and he can hear things that I would never be able to hear. And even if there's something going on, a loud commotion, the device is going to be on his neck, which is pretty close to his ears. So I'm pretty sure he'd be able to hear it.
But like, is it gonna, like if the dog doesn't listen, is it gonna repeat it? Or like when do you,
You can trigger it.
The whole
How
point
do
is
you
that you
trigger it
set,
though?
when you
If
get
you
the
have
call.
Not stated, there's a phone app for it,
Funny.
So
9 on 6.
I guess to answer your question a little bit better, let me just make sure I have this right. So if your dog's outside and you want your dog to come inside, you use the voiceover and you tell him to come inside and you're saying, what if he doesn't?
yeah, but
Well,
like,
you're gonna know if he doesn't because we have a GPS on it. So you're gonna know where he is. So if he doesn't come, you're more than welcome to tell him another time, but it's more for a comfort thing. So let's just say they don't come inside, for example. You
but
can-
like, because it's gonna have, like, cause you guys didn't say it had like a phone app, I was just figuring out how were you gonna, like,
Yeah, it's not the main focus of the
Yeah.
product, that's why,
it's just kind of like an extra bonus to the product.